What's on Your Mind is sponsored by ACC 339.0, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, Breakthrough Studios, and Reggae Jam Jam.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing? Welcome to another program, the series What's on Your Mind. I am Carl. The program is produced by Breakthrough TV. So let me say how you doing. Let me say thank you for joining us. I want to say thanks to our guest we had last week on the program, Sister Natty Ola. Don't forget to check out her music out, wonderful artist. And I'll be interviewing her tomorrow on the Drive Time Show at New Star Radio from 3 till 6, so check that out as well. So, how you doing? I've been told it's Valentine's Day.
Sweet like a rose.
What's you know what I mean? There's a lot of things about Valentine, you know what I mean? But let me say big shout out to all you guys who actually joined the program. Let me say thanks. I want to say big shout out to you, Heather Haywood. Big shout out to you. Also, Sugar Rainbow. How you doing? Hope all is well to you. Momo Watt, let me say big shout out to you. So don't forget to check his single out, Lovers Rock, yes. And it seems that it's a day for it, you know. And got a wonderful guest in the program this afternoon. My wonderful guest, I call most people wonderful, you know. So my wonderful guest is Hailey Bread, and he's actually on the platform for us this week. Let me say, Hailey Bread, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Sweet like a rose, sweet like a rose, everybody knows. Sweet like a rose. Greetings.
Greetings.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, man, everything good, man.
Everything
Blessed.
cool.
Yeah, man.
How's your David?
Yeah, you know, some people give thanks for life, you know, because, you know, there's ups and downs and, you know, but you have to do what you do, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, support others going through their needs and such and such. Yeah, you know, I say condolence out to the Reed family, them, you know what I mean? And I was singing at a funeral up West Bromwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Taylor them family had been at them, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and everybody's going through a thing, you know what I'm saying? But we give thanks for life, you know what I mean? And if anybody we don't mention, see me, yeah, Fat Man family, them, the whole of them, and yeah, the Marine them, and yeah, but them says Lovers Day, don't?
Who says?
Well, every day is love day, you know.
Every
Every day can be love day, you know, but that's how you look upon it.
I know. Let me say thank you for coming into the studio. So we're gonna have you performing on the platform later
Yeah,
on.
certainly.
So let me say thank you. Gonna go do a couple of songs. Well, Valentine's, right? So I've been trying to find Valentine's. I think it started about in the 3rd century or something like that. And there was a couple of popes, and they become martyrs. I mean, you know, they become martyrs, and that was, and they actually, one of them was actually Valentine.
Okay.
Know? So it was that. No, so there's different stories. There was also another story where the Christendom, they actually arrested this Pope as well. He actually was a martyr, and then he became a martyr. And then what happened? While he was in prison, his jailers, he started writing a letter to his jailer's daughter while he was in prison.
Okay.
So they were sitting in prison. So they're writing letter back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with each other.
Love letters.
We don't just no, he didn't say love letters. They said just love letters.
Okay.
They're just letters. So we don't know where that story ends either.
Okay.
There's also another one where now this is an English lecturer, an English author. You know, he actually lock onto this, and then he actually start writing poems. Yes. And he actually didn't say if it's a love poem or whatever, but he started writing poems. And he names the poem Valentine. Yes. But what I'm getting at here is like, you know, boy meets girl, boy gets girl, boy chases girl, boy sends girl a rose, boy takes a rose from girl. You know what I mean? And that's what I think. There is no history to say that happens in. So why we celebrate Valentine's Day?
You know something?
I don't mind. I'm just saying. But you see, there's no big love story, you know, I mean, behind it to say, you know. I mean, over the years things may have developed, yeah. But there's no sort of big love story how it started. Like I said, you know, what I mean, boy meets girl and boy fall in love with girl, and man meets woman and all the rest of it, and they had very, very nice romantic time, and one fell out with each other and they passed on, but they were still in love. You want me to write that story?
It look like you have to go write one personally. Yeah.
So those are some of the things. I mean, I try to really dig around for this, you know, but it's not sort of, I mean, over the years it may have developed, but it's not all about love as it is in terms today. So the long and short of it, I think what it is just a way of commercializing and make more money out of it.
All right, look, you see where you said that yesterday now. Today, Bob Marley movie release.
Yes.
One Love.
We're going to talk about it later.
You see it? So it's just more love again.
Exactly.
You know.
I don't take that away. I quite understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, fantastic. We're going to talk about the Bob Marley movie a bit later on because I'm going to play something. I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to talk about the bigger picture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot being said about the movie, and I want to talk about the bigger picture. Now, as you know, I was looking at a few things that's happening around the world and the news. My first story starts. Over 20 miners are reported to stuck in a cave in Ethiopia. They've been stuck there for over 3 days. Rescue is in operation, you know what I mean, to get them out. So, but I said they've been stuck there for over 3 days. And it's amazing the fatalities that happens in mining in Africa. In 2021, 49 people was killed in mining accidents in South Africa. In 2022, 74 people was killed in mining accident in South Africa. In the year 2000, about 300 people, you know, say 10 years ago, a decade ago, 2 decades ago, 300 people were actually killed in mining accidents, according to the government of South Africa. Gold mine in Africa killed 59 people in 2022. So the amount of people actually looking for precious metal, which you never hear about, you know what I mean, and they're getting, you know, killed, what they call accidents, you know what I mean, looking for all these sort of precious metal, you know what I mean, in the land of the mother of all the precious metal.
Yes.
On the planet. And I know you've been to Africa, so.
Yeah, you see, I've been to Ethiopia and Kenya, you know, and them places. So I was watching something the other day, and they was talking about just the same thing what you're talking about, you know, the mining, right? But the way how he was expressing this thing, right, that the African people, they don't get no education on mining and how to do these things, right, to benefit them. You understand? And then you have some different little people will come, you know, they get the qualifications for these things, you know, and they end up to be the laborers, just as you say there. So, and you know, people, you know, feel it. You understand?
Yeah, because it's all and big companies, big corporations. They're not gonna. Some of them are not gonna pay to train all these people, you know, because it's money in it. Money is training. So it's all about making as much money as they can, or they like.
Exactly.
And that's what happens. You know what I mean? And I mean, if that was in Europe, or that's say even in this country, you hear about health and safety, this and health and safety, that and health and safety.
That different ball game.
It seems in some of these mines, I gotta say, there's no health and safety.
No, there isn't. It's a different ball game, man. Different.
Yeah, it is a total different total different situation, you know what I mean? Guys, don't forget to leave your comment on the screen, and don't forget to like, share the program as well. Let me say thank you very much. Now, moving on, still staying with Africa. Kelvin Kipton, men's marathon world record holder, dies in a car crash in Kenya over the weekend. And he actually was the fastest man. He actually done the marathon in, 2 hours, 35 seconds in Chicago. That was last year. So we say big condolence to Kevin, you know what I mean? Absolutely a shocker that is. As I should say, Kelvin, absolutely a shocker that is. And it's actually shocked the sports running world. Yeah, so we say big condolence to his family. And the man was only 24.
Whoa.
Yeah. Such a great man.
A big loss yes already, you know, big loss, you know.
Football, you watch football?
You know something, I don't get to catch up on it like one time still, you know.
You don't catch on the football.
But, you know, probably, you know, somebody, they could add games, you know what I'm saying, but if you sit down and watch it.
This wasn't a little game, it wasn't an ad game, but I think it's actually always getting ignored by Europe and the rest of the world. The African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was that took place on Sunday, the final. The final was between Ivory Coast and Nigeria. Who do you think win?
Well, you know something, it could have any one of them, you know, but all right, me just a guess. I say, Ghana.
Very good. No, Ghana came second.
Okay.
Ivory Coast won. Okay. Ivory Coast beat Nigeria. You know?
Okay. You see me that even,
yeah.
Go on talk here, sir.
Yeah, I say Ghana was there. Ghana came was second, and South Africa was actually the next one. That is sometimes very, very strange. You know what I mean? Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I mean, we don't see it sort of. Or I mean, I did spot it on one channel. You know what I mean? I did spot it on one channel on Sunday, but we don't sort of get the
highlights. Have more highlighted about it.
No, we don't sort of get the the major big coverage, which we should do. You know what I mean? We don't sort of see the major big coverage of it. You know, but we should actually see the major big coverage of it. But we don't actually see that. You know what I mean? So it's you know, what do you think? I
think you know, you see the networks them. You know, you have so much different providers them.
Yeah.
And you see like how you have BBC Extra, this and all them something there so, right? Sport Extra and all these things there so. If you don't have certain channel them, you're not gonna get to, you know, watch it fully like how, you know, you can BBC and you see this and that. You know what I mean? If it was World Cup or Olympics, you see everything from start to finish.
Yeah, but there's a lot of channels. You know what I mean? There's a lot of channels out there, Brad. A whole lot of channels out there, Brad. So I can't see why they can't sort of cover this more in depth.
Well, they're catering for what they want to cater for really, as far as me can see it, you know, and it's not really doing a lot for the people, you know, because, you know, they don't have so much choices, because it just repeats, you know what I mean? It repeats, you know?
I'll be that in mind. Now, do you exercise a lot?
Not as much as I would love to, you know. If I was in Jamaica now, you know, I would just go down to the sea every morning and just chuck up, you know, that and swim a couple lengths and me feel good. And that is the greatest exercise, you know what I mean?
But you know what? You should do your exercise because you can't always wait for it when you go out there.
Well, that's true. You have to do it. You know, still, you know, they say walking is another good exercise, you know what I mean? But there's nothing beats swimming.
Yeah, swimming is good.
Nothing, you know what I mean?
I mean, I used to swim a lot. I don't swim as much as I used to swim, but when I used to swim a lot. When I first started out in this country, I swim a lot. But then again, I didn't have any friends. Ooh, we didn't have any friends. Okay. So I could swim from I was in Jamaica, because you can't board on an island and can't swim. I always say you cannot board on an island and you can't swim. So I actually learned to swim when I was a kid in Jamaica.
That's good. That's good.
I always say I'll repeat myself again, you cannot board on an island and can't swim.
Well, you know something?
So, sorry.
Me go teach the kids at Jamaica, even if you swim too.
Yeah.
And me find myself teach somebody even in England same too. Yeah. Because when I was going to school and we do PA and them say, well, all right, you know, we should go to Perry Beach's school, swimming bath and them something there. So, you know, we used to do the wit and all them something there. And underwater and boom, boom. And them say, well, all right, you can get a swimming pass now. You have to swim 6 lengths. I say, well, you know something, I'm not a big swimmer, you know, but, you know, I'm going to try do my best. And, you know, me take my time and, yeah, me do the 6 lengths and, you know, you get a swimming pass and you could have go to any swimming bath and them something there. And with that encouragement, you know, swimming is a thing, it's mind over matter. You know what I mean? Some people say they can't float. It's if I say you can't, you're not. But if you say you can, you will. You know what I'm saying? So it's the vibration within you. You know what I mean?
Well, regular, what I'm trying to make is the point in regular exercise lower the risk of atrial fibrillation, which is atrial fibrillation is a thing that actually causes strokes. You know what I mean? Those are decided. Those what it's called. It's like a common heart disease condition. You know what I mean? So they say if you do this, it will. You have less risk,
and also exercise,
and also it prevents stroke as well. So that is also a good thing to do. So that's why I actually if you exercise, you know what I mean. And the other thing I was talking when I was saying about swimming, I said I didn't have any friends tonight. But when I first come to this country, basically, what sort of happens is that I didn't have any friends.
Okay.
But I could swim, and when you're new to a country, you're new.
True.
And I didn't. So what I used to do then, I used to just come up my parents' house and I used to go swimming regular. My aim was to swim the channel.
Well, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, that was why I was just in the channel. But yeah,
How much miles the channel is?
uh,
How much miles?
I don't know how much mileage it is, but that was my whole aim to do that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is actually marvelous, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah. So I never worked out I never worked out to have much mileage, but I know you could get bitten by this tiny, I think it's called crayfish or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. But swimming is good. Swimming is good. I mean,
It's
if you
a
can
good
sort of,
stuff, man. But that channel there, I have to leave that channel to you.
like yeah. So I've got it all on my own.
Boy, you know.
I know, 'cause it's cold. It is
They say
cold.
fan over to Cali.
Yeah, it is cold. It is cold. Yeah.
You have to have some serious what they call it, the leather you know, they swim underwater gear if you go swim through them water them and cut cold, man.
It's
It must cold.
It is cold. It is cold. Yeah. Now, entertainment. Now, Alicia Keys stepped on stage with Usher at the Super Bowl. Usher was the headline act. And all I can say, the girl was on fire. That's her tune. Girl on fire. She was on fire. And it has left social media hot. Because of the way Usher actually puts his arm around her. You know what I mean? On stage. All I can say, people, it's a performance. It's an act. And there's a lot, I see on social media, a lot of people saying, well, me wouldn't like it if it was my girl and a man put her hand around my girl like that. You know? And that's been full on social media. And that means it's a performance. It's acting. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody's got anything to worry about. You know what I mean? What do you think of things like that?
Well, you see, as you say, it's a show. It's show business.
That's
you know
right,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes things look hilarious. You know, it come across in a way. Oh, you know, it's just like, all right, I just tell you, you know, football. You see the kiss? What the man they give
I'm glad you mentioned that. You know,
the girl,
I was
right?
gonna mention it. I'm glad you mentioned that. You know, because
Yo,
I
I say to myself, wow, look upon that, right? The man jump up on the woman, right? And you know, your conduct, you know what I mean? You know, you can't do them things in public. You know, no. You understand? So I just say still, you know, there is overdoing this thing, you understand? And you know, there's a gimmick to certain things, you know what I mean? So you know, you have to look at it.
Yeah, I don't say social media lit up. I go into social media and lit up, and a lot of people on social media say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like if my girlfriend was doing that, you know, and I wouldn't like somebody doing that to my girlfriend." And all that sort of thing.
Right.
So it was big, it's big, hot. You know what I mean? So you know, at the moment, it's a hot topic. I hope it dies down soon. But as I say, it's just show business, and that's how it works. You know what I mean?
True.
And it's just acting, isn't it? It's
It's a show.
And it's a show, and that's why it's called a show. You see, the trouble is some people take show too seriously, and they don't realize it's a show.
Yes, well, look at Will Smith then. Can you see what I'm saying? Everything is a show. You know, people bring out some different emotions and what. You understand? But at the end of the day, you know, you have to stop and look and say, well, he was in that state of mind. You understand? And whatever. You know? Yeah.
Great. Guys, don't forget to leave your comment in the box, please. Do so. You know what I'm saying? You see the picture of him now. It's a very nice picture.
Why? Ma grab it up, eh?
No, don't say that. Him not grab up nothing.
Well, all right. Me not put it that way.
Don't
then.
put it that way.
But I just say, a picture tells so many stories.
That is true as well, you know.
Sweet like a rose, sweet like a rose, everybody knows. When them oppose, okay, me not say no more, yes sir.
Soca. Let me go to soca. Patrice Roberts, the soca superstar. She did a show in Port of Spain, Trinidad. The show is actually called I Am Woman concert. And she poured her heart into it, you know what I mean? As I say, did very, very good on stage. And she did a very great performance for her fans, you know what I mean? And she actually showed a lot of emotions, you know what I mean? She was on stage for actually 4 hours, which is actually a long time. She also paid respect to her late fiancé, which is Ricardo Drew. Ricardo Drew died in December. And she also had an AI avatar of him on stage, you know what I mean? So I think she's getting a little bit better comparing to how she was, which is actually very, 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 very sad news. And as I say, her fiancé, Ricardo Drew, died suddenly, unexpectedly, which is, all we can say is condolence. And they say he died in December. Big soca artist. I do love Patrice Roberts, you know what I mean? She's got the big soca song that take over the world last year was a song called Drink Water and Mind Your Business.
Why am I going?
It is actually fantastic. I do like her. I do like her. You know, she's a wonderful artist. You know what I mean? She's been around a while.
Yeah, man, the soca thing, I'm mad. Yeah, you know when they done New York,
Yeah.
And them have Labor Day. Yeah. And then you want to see them, so you're some soca party, and in the street, Eastern Park, up and down, and mad. Right. Then know for party, man.
Yeah, man, it's great. Now, tributes have poured in for Donald Kingsley. Donald Kingsley, who is said to put the blues into roots reggae of Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. He died on the 6th of February, the same day as Bob Marley's birthday, and 3 days after Aston family man Barrett, as I say. And Kingsley, as I say, Kingsley played a lot with Bob Marley, and I say he's one of the 2 Americans who actually played with Bob Marley and the Wailers. And the other artist was actually Al Anderson. He also played with Bob Marley. And they played on tracks such as, they did tours with them. They played on tracks such as Rastaman Vibration, you know what I mean? Babylon by Bus, on all those great albums, you know what I mean? So we say big condolence to the wonderful artist there, Donald Kingsley. Rest in peace. And as I say, he was 70. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Him say something, you know what I'm saying? He put him contribution, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is what his life is about, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Great. As I say, it is sad when you see they go, you know what I mean? We're so talent, full of so much talent, you know? And I know you can go anytime, but when guys who we sort of relate to, you know what I mean? How guys who you sort of learn from,
yeah, man.
How guys who music you listen to, guys who inspire you, over the years.
How will people inspire we, as you said, musical, car is a music train, a long road, you know what I mean?
It's a school, isn't it?
That's right.
It's a school for a lot of us.
You see, all right, as you said, Bob, no. Me get the privilege. The first reggae live concert I ever see was Bob Marley at Odeon New Street.
Odeon New Street?
Yes.
Okay.
And, was going to school at them time, you know what I mean? And, performing and working with a lot of different icons them in the business, you know what I mean? Gregory Isaac, Sugar Minott, Abyssinians, we do show, even working with Bob Marley's son, Julian Marley. Yeah.
From London.
In Kenya.
In Kenya.
And Peter Tosh's son, Andrew Tosh, you know what I mean, Lucci and all of them people there. So life is a journey with lots of signs, and you meet a whole heap of great people along the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely marvelous. No, I'm glad you pick up. I'm glad you said Bob Marley. Because Bob Marley, One Love, premiere release across the world today in cinemas, 14th of Feb, Valentine's Day. Now, as I say, it's released today, and there's been a lot of things about this film. You know what I mean? And the actor, some people, I'm not gonna say check it things. You know, I'm not gonna go into all that. You know what I mean? Some check it things are going on. What I call check it things. And the actor actually says the actor who actually plays the lead role. He says actually he tried to get into the film, and he actually was on stage. You know what I mean? And he actually, when they was doing the live shoots, he was actually singing like Bob Marley. But he says he also knows. He tells Yahoo Entertainment. He says he also knows that his voice wasn't going out because his Bob Marley voice is actually coming in the movie, which only makes sense, isn't it?
That's right.
Right. So it's actually Bob Marley voice. So I don't know why people are making such a big name. And I think one of the things as well is because Ziggy Marley, who wrote the script, says he was looking for, he couldn't find any Jamaican to play the part, a Jamaican Rastafari to play the part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's what it is. So that caused a big thing on social media. Now, I want to step out of that, and regardless of what I think about it and what I don't think about it, I want to step out of that. Now, One love. I have to look at the bigger picture. Now, in Jamaica, when I was growing up, before I was born, and when I was born, let me put my paper down. Rastafarian, as you know, was looked down on. Yes?
That's correct.
Yes?
That's correct.
There's a lot of places that they couldn't go.
True.
Yes? Shops, some shops they couldn't go in. Cinemas they couldn't go in. If you had a son, or if you had somebody in your family, or a certain section of your family, and you hear him say he wants to be a Rasta, which is a way of life, they're going to say you can't be. They come out of the house, you can't live in my yard.
True.
So we know that, and we know all this
Stigma.
the stigma that actually goes to it.
Yeah.
So this is the bigger picture I'm looking at. Now, all of a sudden, we see this guy up there, Bob Marley. Rastafari is a way of life, right? And people are saying, who play? Them not care. Them didn't want this person to play Bob Marley. Bob Marley. They didn't want this sort of actor to play Bob Marley. No, the first thing, if you know anything about Bob Marley, if you ever study Bob Marley, and you ever listen to Bob Marley, the first thing what Bob Marley gonna say?
I say one love.
No, I'm gonna say, me no care who play me. That was Bob. The first thing Bob Marley is gonna say, me no play who want to play me. So, as I say, we are doing this. We see this great Rasta man, what I call Rasta man, his way of life on stage. And it's the first time a Rasta man has been portrayed on the screen in that big sort of sense. Yes?
Naturally.
Naturally, right. Now, the other thing is, what this film also done, it brings everybody to come and see this film, whether you like it or not. It bring Rastas. It bring people who wear shoes and people who don't wear shoes. It bring actors. It bring ordinary people in the street to come and see this film, which wouldn't happen one time. Yes? It bring so many people. It bring Prince. It bring Queen. It bring actor. It bring everything. And you know the logic behind that? What is the logic behind that?
Well, it's a universal thing.
And
Love.
the word is up on the screen. One love.
Yeah, it's a universal song.
Exactly. A song that was originally put some words in by Bob Marley, but was originally written by the Impressions, Curtis Mayfield.
Naturally.
Yeah. So that is the bigger picture. As I say, in other time when we see people play Rasta or people with dread, you don't have to be dread to be Rasta because the gangs never had any locks. Yeah. So you don't have to be dread to be Rasta, but you don't have to have a locks to bring Rasta. But what it does, it puts this big guy on the screen and say, look, for somebody who's been discriminated against over the years, the whole Rasta section who has been discriminated over the years, look, we've got one up here now, we've got one up there, and he's the first. So those of you who have been criticizing and saying this and saying that and saying that, no, getting your thing together. And if you think you can do better or you can do a lot better, there's an opening there now. There's an opening. Get inside of it. Hollywood mostly played, when they play people with locks and they say they're Rasta, because sometimes people with locks, they're not necessarily Rasta, they're not Rastas, right? But when they play people with locks, or they say them is Rasta, everybody who locks them call them Rasta in Hollywood, right? What they generally do, they generally portray them as joke pushers, in crime, and all that sort of stuff. We see them in the Steven Seagal movie. We see those. So that's this negative stereotype. So, as I say, Bob Marley said one love. You know what I mean? So all you people who is doing this and doing that, I suggest you all get your act together now. And if you see a window open, which that window is opening, go and do something and get together. And if you think you can make a better movie or a bigger movie and you can get more Rasta in through the door, good on you. One love.
One love every time.
As Bob Marley said, them have so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say. One love.
And if them are got tired to see my face.
Thank you.
You understand?
So as I say, I try to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. Because you see, these is stages in life.
Yeah.
Right? Because we live and we go through persecution and all these things. And traveling and living in America and to see how the American embrace the Rasta culture, hairstyle and what so and so. Not saying them are Rasta,
no,
but you have some old people them, where, you know, and young people them. So it's a liberty. Yeah. It's a liberty. And right now, as I say, Bob put the thing to a next level.
That's right.
Because the music already done bring unity. You understand? when we go there Ethiopia and Africa and them places, when you Bob Marley music, them music not stop playing, my brother.
Yeah.
You see it? So this is the thing, you know. When you plant good seeds, you get good fruits.
Yes. And yeah, you're totally right. And also my take on that is like those people who's been discriminated against over the years for so many long time. All of we have got the guy up there, boop, and his way of life was a Rastafarian way of life, one love.
That's right.
And that is the big picture. Regardless of the criticism of, me don't like the movie, no, me don't like the actor in it. Bob Marley said, what I say, if you don't know, as I say, I repeat myself, if you never know Bob Marley, or know anything about Bob Marley, I'll study Bob Marley, I'll listen to him say, me don't care who play me, me don't care what they want to talk about. That's how the man was.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to go watch the movie too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably going to be one of the last persons to see it, you know.
Because as me said to you, you know, hearing about it and, you know, even my brethren there, Bunny Wailer's son, me know Bunny Wailer's son, he is in the movie too, and you understand, and these things playing his father part and them something there. So as me said to you, when we see all these things, you know, it's a great joy, you know what I mean?
Of course.
You know?
Of course, yes. And I say it is like, as I say, it's a celebration, and I mean, there's a classic poet in Jamaica, Muta Baruka. If you can have what Muta Baruka has to say about this, you know, I mean, he's actually saying exactly the same thing as I am, because he lived long before me, and you know, he's a Rasta. His way of life is Rastafari. Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Everybody up them road, you know.
Yeah, so he lives a long time before me, and he knows all that sort of thing, and he's actually saying exactly the same thing that I'm saying. It's one love, and forget the negative things I want to talk about is, that is not Jamaican, and then couldn't find a Jamaican actor, blah, 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 blah. But it's the bigger picture. You have to look at the bigger picture, and then we can all break through.
I just said that, so.
Yeah.
They did have an emergency something where they're saying, people from America, you mustn't go to Jamaica because it's a red alert and this and that. So every time, you know, election time, if you go on, cause it's happening this month at Jamaica, and these things, they know. They're telling the Americans, you mustn't go to Jamaica. And so much things are going on more in America than Jamaica and all them, something. So these are the kind of things that we're, you know, this movie, One Love, right? Politics divide the people, right? And when Bob hold the two parties them together, and show the people them say, look man, them is people, them not fire no gun out at them one another and this and that. So I love what we deal with, man. Yes. Progress.
And as Bob said, reggae music is the people newspaper.
That's right.
Yes, reggae music is the people newspaper.
Yes, because so much thing you learn from it.
Yeah.
You know, and it keep you on a conscious level when you get the right food. Yeah. Because music, you know, is a healing. You know what I mean? And
absolutely. And final, my final point on this, as I say, I heard a lot of people knocking out on this movie. But also what these people say, them conscious and them do this and they do that and they do that. But they're not knocking out. They are not knocking out. And I hate to say this, they're not knocking out on the violence that is actually going on in Jamaica. They're not knocking out on that. You know what I mean? They're not knocking out on that. They run up their mouth about something. And the same violence that Bob Marley tried to crush, you know what I mean? They're not knocking out on, which has tripled since those days. They're not knocking out on that. Yes. They're knocking out on a little movie.
You see, them a lick shot against some idiot something.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me something there. One robot machine, you know. And this robot now, them are going to use, if go clean up the field, them a Jamaica and all them something there, so. So, they must say, boy, we soon not have no work, no, you know. We can't take no rest and all them something there, because them machine now, them don't need no rest and all them something there. So, what you going to do, right? You know, see, so the thing a change. Yeah. You better find something constructive to do instead of argue about foolishness, man.
Thank you. And it's always the same. Yeah. It's always the same. Thank you. Give me the punch, man.
Yeah, man, you know.
So it's always the same, you know what I mean? And sometimes it just gets me so, you know, because I'm very passionate. I mean, you can tell. Man, when I talk, I'm very, very passionate.
The things where them fit are in DAS.
Yes.
They now look pan.
Yeah.
Then watch it. You watch this man before you watch your own pot pan the fire.
Yeah.
Eh? No, that not gonna work, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sense out of sense. Thank you. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. Mr. Hailey Bread,
Yes, my brother.
I know you've been here before.
Yeah.
Give us a little recap, because for those of you who want to see the program,
Oh.
how did that started for you?
Well, all right, me tell you some Hailey Bread. Hailey Bread I come from Jump Street. Let me say. Originally born in Jamaica, Portland, Long Road. And, we live out there so from an early age and come to England, yes, sir. And you see this rose now? Right? I was doing some little researching, and, the dictionary. And I say, my name is Roy, okay?
Okay.
Right? Roy Stan, okay? So, me say, okay, me look, check out the dictionary, where it come from. And I say, Roy, it stem from rose, right?
Okay.
And the next thing, what was the most expensive car in England? The Rolls Royce. So a rice. Yeah, you understand? So that's why we sweet like a rose, sweet like a rose. Yeah, man. And as we saying, on the musical journey, growing up in the UK, and going to Great Bar School, and was interested in music from an early age, and even at school we used to do a lot of beating on the desk them and a lick beat and this and that, and I play with drum them and them something. The break time come we down our back, and we'd have some talented even musicians at school. So now at the same time, as we saying to you, me me get the opportunity. Going to school, I'd have a friend named Leroy.
Okay.
And Leroy McGee, and we was building a sound system, and then we buck up on my next brother named Leroy Smith.
Okay.
That's a Naya. You understand? And
I know Naya.
yeah, so it was building Naya sound. But the first time I really get opportunity to go on the mic, it was like on Bismarck sound, a Canterbury.
All right.
And funny enough, Canterbury was my first primary school that I went to, right? And at that time, we had to go to I went to four different junior schools, right? Because in our community, there was so much West Indian and so much black kids them. So going to Canterbury School first, and then I would go to Bayswater Annex up the road, and then take some more lessons over Westminster Road until Birchfield School and Trinity Road finally built. And then, a lot of people in the community there, so they know, who never went to Broadway, then went to Warren Farm, Great Barn, such and such. But as we say, yeah, that was, the early teens and such and such. No.
How do you start performing on stage?
Stage? Okay, all right. It's stage, as you said, no. Well, Amara Band, yeah, they were doing some backing for Sugar Minott.
Okay.
Right?
I always want to ask you, are you related to Sugar Minott?
Well, so we could have said we're like family. You understand?
Yeah, I always, because you've got that,
Well, let me tell you something.
Yes.
I know Sugar Minott from 79.
Okay.
When he come to England first. And I was living in Nechells, and Tony Owens was there, where musical youth them, and, Stones them, stereo classic and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
So Sugar, he was run by Tony, and, we get to meet him, and me live right there. Now, Amara Band with Junior Roots, they was doing the backing now for Sugar. So media rehearsal now, and them a rehearse and rehearse. So the first show what them do with Sugar now was at Nottingham.
Okay.
So media at back at the stage, and Stones did it, and this, and them a play the tune. So the tune DC, them a play DC now. But me now hear, oh DC, You know the harmony in the background.
Oh, I know that track. I know
So
that track.
me at the back
I
of the
know that
stage
track.
now, me just step up to the mic, you know, and I start singing, oh, DC, you know, and when the tune done, me just step up back and just easy and say, well, boy, Bridge, you know, because, you know, me did confident in myself as a DJ, because I was a DJ and I could have sing still, you know, I have that kind of voice, but the opportunity, that was the first opportunity me get. Then now for me personally now, the first live show with me ever do with bands, that was at Romeo and Juliet's on Her Street in Birmingham there.
Okay.
And that was a big dance because Lighty up on the show, Lighty brother.
Lighty the gospel singer?
Yeah man, Lighty, Lighty Thomas, you understand, the gospel singer there, man. And him brother, Ozai, Errol Brown, and call him Gregory. So, Light Blake did it was a truth and right syndicate band, you know. And even, you know, Jeff Atkinson, you know what I mean, Blabbo and Rhino, they was playing for us, you understand, and Jeff, Joma, Brian, you know. And me tell you something, that show there, sir, you know, it set a whole heap of things. Because even, all right, just for sure you said it now, a 2 show we ever do with that band.
Yeah.
Right? One, a Romeo and Juliet, and the next one was Manchester. You see, the show we keep in Manchester, a 4 coach left from Birmingham to go to Manchester. Jacob Sound with Stones and yeah, me tell you, said all musical youth and everybody there they dance. You understand?
Fantastic.
So, you know, in a them time there.
It was great.
Yes, man, Jano. And doing the carnival in Hansard Park year to year, me and Jacko, and yeah, you understand? Yeah, it was nice.
Jacko Melody?
Yeah, man.
Jacko was here 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Enough things me work with Jacko, man.
Great brother. Great
Yeah,
brother.
man, trust me, man.
I know you've been on, tell us a little bit about, before we put you on the platform, tell us a little about boot camp.
Oh, Dub Camp.
Dub camp.
Boot camp.
Boot dub.
Yeah, man. Well, you know something? Last year we had a wonderful time. I was at France Dub Camp Festival for 4 days, you know. And I was working with Roots One International Sound and Natty Frontline Sound, and touching on King Earthquake Sound, King Shiloh Sound, 10,000 Lions Sound, Zion Gate Sound. Yo, the amount of sound them, no matter where they come from, me just, you know, just bless out the place and go on, you know what I mean? And the energy was good. Because, you know, people them, they're lacking this thing in England. And the positive music uplifting the people them, you know, is a good something, them festival, you know, trust me, trust me.
And you've also been in Paris. Tell us what Paris is like. I saw something of you not being in Paris.
Yeah, Paris. Yeah.
What is Paris like this time of year?
Well, you know something, it was nice, you know, because I tell you the truth, we was performing on a boat. Yeah, in Paris, and one of the time the power cut on the boat, so I must have rotted. How are this done now? So anyhow, me just start sing. Everybody's a herb man hustling, bright and early in the morning. And you hear the people boom, 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 boom. And them start chant and go on until the power come on. And I go, hey! And I say, you see how the dance done? The promoter say, yo, this dance done too early, man. And we need you back here again, Bird.
Absolutely. So you got some new music out. Tell us a little about your new music and your new music.
Yeah, well, all right. Breadfruit Records, you know, my thing from 19 long.
That is your,
yeah.
What's it called again?
Breadfruit Records originally, you know what I'm saying? So now we just kind of put the platform up where Jam makes breadfruit music, you know what I mean? And we have a lot of, how you say, catalog of music where we always recording because, you know, you never know what's happening. And we're working with a lot of different producers at the same time. Wooligan and Alchemist of London, this, that, some different producer, Europe and America same way too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just keep it all to yourself. You have to share the love. You know what I mean?
That's
So
right. That's right.
yeah, that's how you go forward. You know what I mean?
And always Wooligan these days. That's Wooligan.
Yeah, man, it's going on great. You know, I would say you have a nice
We make some great. He's bringing some
yeah,
great tunes.
we have some nice serial. What we looking forward to come out within the next month or so. Yeah, you know.
Absolutely.
Me and JB Selassie and a whole heap of artists them and some Jamaica artists them and yeah.
Well, Hailey Bread, we're gonna put you on the platform once again. You haven't been on the platform before, innit? Well, Hailey Bread is gonna sing a couple of his songs for us. Yeah. How many songs you gonna sing for us today?
I'm gonna give 3 slices of the bread.
What's it?
That's 3 slices.
Okay. Well, step over and get yourself ready.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you still want to take your roses with you.
Well, you know something? It's me. Sweet like a rose. Sweet like a rose. Everybody knows.
Coming up, Mr. Hailey Bread. And he's on our program, What's on Your Mind? He's on the section of the program we actually call the platform. So, Hailey Bread, over to you, sir. Let's go for it.
What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Well, you see, I have my music head on. Everything is everything. Well, you see, this song now is about herb and music. Conscious music, conscious vibes. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, herb and music. The people them love it. Brain food and music, what they need to keep their vibes alive. Cultural music, the data them love it. The whole world need it. What they need to keep their vibes alive. I was listening to my radio and I heard about the late night show, about a clashing at the era tonight. Everything is gonna be alright. So I put on my dancing shoes, got my Rizzler and my lighter. I'm gonna blaze the fire, dance till morning light. Herb and music, the people them love it. Brain food and music, what we need to keep their vibes alive. Cultural music, the data them love it. The whole world need it. What they need to keep their vibes alive. I got my kasha and I'm ready to roll. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm gonna listen and dance all night. Dance till morning light. Said I'm rocking to my favorite sound. This a sound that I go run the town. Hailey Dabo is in a U-town. Crowd of people gonna gather round. Herb and music, the people them love it. Brain food and music, what they need to keep their vibes alive. Cultural music, the data them love it. The whole world need it. What they need to keep their vibes alive. I was listening to my radio and I heard about the late night show, about a clashing at the era tonight. Everything is gonna be alright. So I put on my dancing shoes, got my Rizzler and my lighter. I'm gonna blaze the fire, dance till morning light. Herb and music, the people them love it. Brain food and music, what they need to keep their vibes alive. Whoa. Yeah, man, you see, these music, you know, they're just out on the platform there. You can check them out on YouTube and such. Yeah, Hailey Breadback. Yeah. Well, you see the next track I'm gonna really sing for you now. it's called from bad to worse. Because the world is in a state now, and, you know, we have to look on things really good. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think it's going to get better, and it get worse. See, so it's going to get from bad to worse. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. But selector, who start the war? Who sell the bombs? Rough and raw. Today, can you feel it? From bad to worse, from bad to worse. You better put it first. From bad to worse. In this time, right now, the leaders of the world, them are balling out for a global recession. The World Bank just crashed. No car, no house, no garment not selling. And who feels it? Yes, they know it. Some people, them are rich and them go on like them not feel it. Your money and your asset, no, save no more. No matter if you're rich or even if you're poor. From bad to worse. From bad to worse. You better put it first. You're not the worst. Just when I thought that things would get better, it get worse-ara. Worse-ara. Hey. But me nah carry water in a basket, no. Nah carry water in a basket. One man gone with 50 billion. Don't tell me if me right or if me wrong. Every day they come in with them legislation. From bad to worse. From bad to worse. You better put him first. You're not the worst. Worse-ara. 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 Tell me if me right or if me wrong. But I who start the war and I who throw the bomb. Who I make the guns and I make the milliman. So Miss Back come nice up this one. From bad to worse, hey. From bad to worse. You better put him first, hey. From bad to worse. Leaders of the world, them balling out for a global recession. The World Bank just crashed. No car, no house, no garments not selling. And who feels it? Yes, they know it. Some people, them are rich and them go on like them not feel it. From bad to worse, hey. From bad to worse. Better put him first, I say. From bad to worse. Worse-ara. From bad to worse. Hey, worse-ara. Everything get worse-ara. Boy, cost of living gone up. Everything is from bad to worse. But you know what? It's a season to be jolly and all that. And we can't take things, you know, like that. But you see this one I know, what I'm gonna sing for you now, for all the beautiful ladies out there, for Mel and, you know, some princesses out there, and yeah, you know, this song is called Naturally. You see, because some people in the mood for love, and you have to be in the mood for love. But this song now, hopefully we're gonna put it out in about a couple months time, the spring, you know what I'm saying, everything bubbling. Right? Some select what's on your mind. I gotta tell you what's on my mind. Ooh, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally if love was meant to be. Yes, it will be. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally. If love was meant to be, then it will be. Love can be so beautiful when you're in love and someone loves you from their heart. See, I can be so good for you, girl, and you can be so good for me. All we got to do, make it happen naturally. Love is like a merry-go-round, spinning around and around. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. You got to keep your feet on the ground. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Stand in love. Stay in love. Be in love. Only love. True love can really happen if it was meant to be. Just like destiny, I for you and you for me. You can't force love, brothers and sisters. Love won't take the blame. Love has no shame. Love is very beautiful when you're in love and someone loves you. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally. If love was meant to be, it will be. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally. If love was meant to be, you will see, yeah. Love, don't push it, don't force it. Don't push it, don't force it. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally, yeah, for you. Don't push it, don't force it. It will happen naturally if love was meant to be. Yes, it will be. For all the lovers out there, thank you very much.
Wow,
for your support.
Thank you, Hailey Bread. Let me say thank you. Wow, maximum respect. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, everything blessed, my brother, You see me have my music glasses on and been ramp with the thing, and we just go and do the thing, and everything is everything same still,
Absolutely fantastic. Where can we find your music?
You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. Yeah, Breadfruit Records, Hailey Breadback. Yeah, just like that.
Thank you very much for taking the time out to come and what's on your mind and taking part in the platform, right? Let me say thank you. Absolutely marvelous.
Blessed.
Right, guys, there you have it. As I say, if you want to come and take part on the platform, what's on your mind, you are quite welcome to do so. Hook us up and you can get on the platform like we've had Mr. Hailey Bread, which he actually did absolutely wonderful, yeah. Let me say thanks for tuning in to Breakthrough TV. My time is almost here. I want to say a big shout out to you. Happy birthday to you, Carol. Big shout out to you. You know who you are. And all you guys who have a birthday out there. And enjoy your Valentine, even though some of us still don't know where it comes from. I have to say that. I want to say thanks to Mr. Producer. He's very, very hard. Absolutely marvelous. He's working harder and harder all the time. Let me say thank you, sir. You're doing great. God bless you. Catch you back next week with another What's on Your Mind. My guest next week is a wonderful artist, and he's actually from Grosvenor Road Studio. We'll be having a great chat about the history, and we'll be talking about arts. And don't forget, you can catch me on the Drive Time Show tomorrow. New Star Radio, with my very, very special guest, Natty Ola. She's an artist from Birmingham, and she'll be talking music, and we'll be playing some of her tunes. Catch me tomorrow on the Drive Time Show. Also, Thursdays and Fridays, New Star Radio, the Drive Time Show. Big, big shout out to you. God bless. My time is here. What's on your mind? God bless. Thank you, Hailey.
Bless.